Okay, welcome everyone. So we'll give everyone a chance to sign on. As you're signing on, don't forget, read the disclaimer. The disclaimer's in the description. As always, uh, past performance is no guarantee of future performance, things like that. Always consult a professional. Never just take free advice. Always consult a professional. You know, even if you're paying for advice, always consult a professional. And just read the disclaimer. While we're letting everybody sign in here, I'll share a little thing. I always wanted to. I'm going to turn 60 next month. And I remember a time when the news was one guy and one guy only, right? And at the beginning of the show at 6 o'clock every night, mom and dad and everybody be around the TV because that's what we did back then. And you'd hear this and you knew it was coming, and it would pan in. There'd be this serious guy like this. And it'd say the world news with Walter Cronkite. And then it'd go dun, 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 dun. And I always wanted to start the show like that. Anyways, so that's a little sharing. And since we're starting to get some people sign on, let's go ahead and start the show. So today, excuse me, I had the microphone a little bit too far. But today, that's why we always pause at the beginning of the show, right? Work out the kinks, especially on Friday after a long week. But today is June 22nd, 2018. It's Friday. It was a soft witching today. We had some weekly options expiring. Not much going on in the market. It's still the Trump talk and all that stuff. And let's get to the show. We're going to start doing a certain format with the show now. So all you guys kind of listen up on this one. So we'll do about 15, 20 minutes of commentary and talking about the market and stuff. And then we'll open up the floor for about 5, maybe 10 minutes of questioning. The show will be about 25, 30 minutes, maybe 20 minutes long, depending on how busy the day is. And so you guys, as you sign on and stuff, just say hello like Jesse just did. Hey, Jesse, welcome. You guys just say hello and stuff and kind of put your questions in there while I'm running down the old market update and stuff. And then we'll get to them right after. All right. So let's get right into it. Today the Dow avoided the longest losing streak in almost 40 years. Almost 40 years. You can see it was up about a little over 100 points. It was a good day. Hey, Roland. It was just kind of was a good day. It was a soft day, low volume, just really a tired market. You could feel it in the market. It's really a tired market today. It was a lot going on. And it was just sluggish across the board, The volume was soft. We had a real nice, strong open. Even like if you guys watch Bank of America, because you guys know we're in a play with Bank of America, you kind of saw what we talked about yesterday with the market makers, right? At those 29.50 overnight calls, which expired today at the end of the market. And you saw the market, the Bank of America popped. It opened over 250. So, but if you didn't cash that in, it just came right down. I think Bank of America closed at about $24. But that's what we were talking about with the market makers and the contract writers and stuff. Be careful out there, especially when you play those short-term options. You remember, man, that's sink or swim, right? And Tesla struggled. Tesla's been having all kinds of problems. First, there was this saboteur within the organization. Hey, Savar, man, it's not a show until you show up. But there were some internal emails from Elon Musk to his employees, some kind of saboteur or something. Now they're launching a website. They just had another fire, right? And then he's also sending out these. I guess he intends them to be inspirational, to build some little team spirit, a little sense of immediacy. And or sense of urgency. And he's trying to rally the troops. We got to produce this much. We got to get it done. It just seems like there's a lot of chaos at Tesla right now, right? And Tesla kind of paid the price on the stock today. Is it a buying opportunity? Long term, who knows? We're not playing Tesla right now, but it's an interesting story to look at if you've got a little time over the weekend and you want to look at something that it's got a lot going on to it, right? The other side of today's market, was OPEC. OPEC agreed to some production quotas. So oil had a real good day today. If you're in oil, congratulations. That's a good call. We'll talk about that towards the end of our opening spew. And what it is about timing the market, because a question that was asked actually by you, Savar, Savar, but actually it was asked by you, Savar, and I want to kind of address it a little bit because it plays into timing the market, trying to time the market. I'm sure you've heard all the sayings that go with that, right? Catch a falling knife, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? So we'll talk about that a little bit. But back to the oil. So oil had a good day today. Is it a buy right now? It's hard to tell. OPEC came out and they said that they've agreed to this quota, but they didn't say what the quota is. So what does it mean? Who knows? We gotta wait till we see the report, right? And looking forward to next week. Next week things are gonna pick up a little, especially economic wise. It seems like this news cycle's kind of flushed out a lot of this social stuff. With the immigration, things like that. There was just a lot of outside economic news that was playing on the on the news cycle, and so it pulls this economic news out of it, right? Because look, the news right now is clickbait. That's all it is. You can call it fake news, you can call it whatever you want. You know what I mean? Depending on which echo chamber you're in. But really, it's this clickbait. They live and die on advertising. If you don't click it, they don't make money. They got to start laying off people and stuff like that. Now, what happens is, when you have two stories, now you have this anti-Trump story, which everybody's going to want to share and click and all that stuff. And then you have a good economic story, which is important, but you know what? It's not going to get the attention. So what do you put out there? Well, you start pounding the anti-Trump stories and the immigration stories, right? You need emotion to get people to click that link. And there's just not a whole lot. When I tell you, oh yeah, we're expecting 4.0 GDP, most people are like, they don't even know what a GDP is. So, but then you mention that T word and they're on fire and clicking every link you've got. So that's how that news cycle works. And that's what we're talking about. How something that's a very emotional subject gets so overplayed by the media that other important news gets forgotten, right? So next week, hopefully this news cycle slows down a little bit as far as the other side. And we get into, because we're going to have some real good economic news. Now, starting on Monday, everybody wants to be aware. Maybe over the weekend, you kind of take a look, make a plan going forward. We've got a plan at Stock Pick Profits. So, if you guys want to be part of that plan. But look, we've got a plan, and it involves these economic reports. We've been paying attention, you know what I mean? We haven't just been in the Twitter echo chamber or anything like that. And that's the other thing too. Remember something, guys. As investors, as traders, the more time you waste on that stuff, the less time you have to put into your money, managing your money, okay? What's more important, right? Should I go click that link because I'm so mad it's not going to change anything, it's not going to do anything, but I'm going to go click it and make CNBC money? Or should I just ignore it and go look at my portfolio and manage things and make me some money, right? Which one is it? Which one's you? But anyway, so Monday we'll get some new home sales. If you're into builders and things like that, you're going to want to pay attention to that. If you're in banks and financials, if you're in BDCs, which like one we opened up a play on this week, right? We opened up one on AINV, which is a little BDC. We like it, and it does a lot of different things. It's they've got their hands in a lot of little different financial cookie jars. Well, this news will affect them. We're in a Bank of America play right now. We're setting up a huge play right now too. So that's important news. That's what's important, that Monday new home sales. So you guys pay attention. Now, Tuesday's kind of a soft economic day, but then Wednesday, it really will start to pick up. We were talking about oil today, right? Oil got that good push today because OPEC released that news that they have production quota agreements. Again, they didn't say what the agreement was, though. Oh, we're cutting 2 barrels out a day. Oh, yeah, that's the reason for it to go up 8%. But we will, on Wednesday, get some good oil data. And this will be U.S. stockpiles and things like that. And we'll also get some more home sales. So, if you're looking around the market and you're looking for some good names for home builders and stuff like that. One of the ones we like, we're not playing it right now, but KMI, Kinder Morgan is a good home builder to play, and it's a very tradable stock. So if you guys are out there looking for home builder stocks, take a look at KMI. It's a real tradable stock, and the options are real good too. So we'll have that Wednesday, and Wednesday should be, pretty active with the home sales and the oil data. But Thursday, things really start to light up. And this is really going to get good because it's a Trump number, right? GDP. So we're going to get some GDP numbers, and we're going to get some jobless claims. So let's see how the old labor market's going, right? I mean, the last labor report we had was the best in history. Across the board, unemployment is down, regardless of how you want to categorize it, by race, by whatever. Everything across the board did real well, right across the board, whether it was African American unemployment rate, whether it was wages. There was actually a little bump in wages. It was just good number all around. So we want to pay attention, right? Because Thursday is our preview for Friday, which of course we have another job number, and we have inflation numbers. Inflation numbers is what the Fed is watching right now. For all of you that need a little help with that, what it is they're looking for a little inflation to spur the economy. Now, inflation at a certain level is okay, so we don't want to get too attached to that number, but we need a little inflation to kick this into overdrive. So, and that's what the Fed's watching. So Friday could be a real active day. Now, look, you shouldn't be making your play for Friday on Friday, right? And let's talk about that, okay? Because there's a real fun little thing that we found, and we want to share it with you, okay? Let me see if I can get this right. So, Warren Buffett again. Okay, Warren Buffett again. No matter how great the talent or efforts, some things just take time. You can't produce a baby in 1 month, right? By getting 9 women pregnant. And that makes sense, right? And that plays into what we're talking about. If these big reports are coming out, again, sometimes as it's human nature, as people, we get into this habit that everything is now, especially the internet and social media creates that. It's instant gratification and stuff, right? So when we buy a stock or we buy an option, if it doesn't go up right away, something's wrong. What's going wrong? And that's what we were talking about earlier in the show, and we want to touch upon a little bit. People they get into this instant gratification, and they don't have plans and stuff. It's just like with having a baby. You can't get 9 women pregnant and cut the time down to 1 month. It doesn't work like that. Some things just take time. Building wealth is one of those things. Sometimes it'll be easy and fast. Sometimes it won't. So you have to be very open-minded on it, and you have to be patient, and remember that. So let's kind of roll into the questions based on that little statement. So let's go say some highs and stuff. Ronnie is here. Ronnie, aloha. Aloha to you, Ronnie. Ronnie's been with the service a couple of days now. Hope you're having fun. Sana is here. Sana from Sweden. And of course, Savar is here. I'm not sure what you mean. I don't remember him being wrong. Roland is here. Hey, Roland. We haven't seen Tala today. She must be busy. It's a Friday, man. And look, Friday is Friday. So if you guys, you know what I mean? You heard us in the group today. Hey, we'll share something that went on in the group today, right? We'll share with everybody. What do we do at about lunchtime today, right? A call went out. Look, the market is just sluggish. We're in the plays we want to be in. We're in right. We like it going forward. Everybody just take the rest of the day off, right? And the team will watch the market from here. We'll let you know if anything happens. That's the way it should be training. I'm not going to post that, Savar, that you got 9 women pregnant. They might be watching the show with CPS or something. You don't want to make all those gains with the groups, Savar, and have them come take the money. Just kidding. I'm just kidding with you, Savar. Savar is always a lot of fun, man. And besides me butchering his name every time I try to say it, we have a lot of fun. And that's the big thing about the group is we do have fun. And again, if you're not having fun, you're not trading right. Okay, look, it's Friday afternoon. Markets closed. We got 2 days of fun and just enjoying the time. Put the market on the side. Put the market on the side. We just told you what's going to happen next week. This is all you need is this show. We just told you what's happening next week. We just told you should put a few minutes in and have a plan going in next week. Look, if you don't have a plan, if you don't have time to make a plan, if you don't know how to make a plan, just click that link and we're here for you. And we know you're joking, Savar. We know you're joking. We do. We have a lot of fun. We do. That's what we love about you guys. It's one of the, I guarantee you on Facebook, it's probably the most fun any group has. Midsummer Eve here. Wow. Nice. Yeah, that's where you get the 12 and 12s, right, Sana? Where you get the 12-hour days and the 12-hour nights. Woohoo! There's a lot of people doing the nine girl rule right now in Sana in Sweden right now, right? With have another joke there, little blue joke. I'm not good at blue jokes. But yeah, it's I know I've never been to Sweden, but I know I've seen the pictures and it's an amazing time. Just an amazing time. That's great. I think everybody else is here in Hawaii with us. It's on today, huh? Right? Savar, where are you in Colorado, right? Are you in Colorado or California right now? Did I lose you, Savar? But anyways, so let's I guess let's close the show. I mean, we've been about 25, 30 minutes. It looks like we've addressed everything. It's a Friday, but let's review real quick before we leave, okay? Let's just review real quick because it's important. Remember what Warren Buffett says, and we've kind of been on a Warren Buffett theme. Oh, that's right. You're in Oaktown, home of the world champion Golden State Warriors, man. Yeah. So, Vi, you're a world traveler, man. You've probably been seeing those midsummers. What is that, Ronnie? Ronnie says, if you say sphere when you say Savar, then you are saying it closer than what you are pronouncing. Svar. I'll keep working on it, Savar. We'll probably get you rich before I can pronounce it correctly. But anyways, let's get back to back to business here. No matter how great the talents or efforts, some things just take time. So they take time. So have a plan. And this plays into yesterday, Savar. You were the one that asked the question, right? What did you ask? You asked about red plays in your portfolio. Well, again, this plays into having a plan, right? And we talked about it yesterday, right? We have a plan. We know why we're buying, where we're buying. We know what we're expecting out of the play. We know any kind of key levels for breaking down or any kind of key levels for something going wrong. And we're ready, but we have a plan. So when it does go a little red, we expect it. You know what I mean? We don't panic. But people ask us this question all the time because look at Nike. Nike was down, about 80%. We ended up cashing at that time for 400, 500%. But these things happen, but that's why you have to have a plan. But people always ask, well, why didn't we just buy a little later? Well, we saw the opportunity, we saw the triggers, and we had a plan, and we're not trying to time the market. All right. Don't ever try to time the market. That's an absolute formula for failure. You see guys all the time on message boards and stuff. Well, I'm looking for this tick. I'm looking for that tick. I'm looking for that. You know what? Listen, you buy it at 40 cents. It goes down to 20 cents. You sell it at 80 cents. You still made 100%, right? You buy it at 60 cents. You buy it at 40 cents. It goes to 80 cents in a day. You still made 100%, right? So remember, don't get into that catching a falling knife, and that's what Warren's talking about here. Sometimes things take time. Look how long he sat in I forget which play it was, but he had invested in, I think it was one of the car rental places about 8 years ago. He invested in it, and that thing was just struggling. And I think it was just last year that they announced, Berkshire announced that he had sold the position for, what was it, like a $3 billion profit. And see how that patience paid off. So, you guys always want to have a plan. You guys always want to be patient. You see, like this week, basically what we did was we started at a level. We went through all that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And by the time it hit Friday, we're back where we started. So, you know what I mean? Imagine if you're sitting there, sweat beads coming out of you and trading every tick and stuff just to go from point A to point A. So look, guys, it's awesome. It's been a great Friday with you guys as always. Remember, don't try to time the market. Be patient. Have a plan. The Dow avoided its longest losing streak today. That you see how that worked out. Tesla's having some struggle. If you're looking for ideas on the weekend or research, you might want to take a look at Tesla. It might be a buy opportunity, but it might be the beginning of a crumbling company, right? There might be some plays in oil next week. We have a couple reports coming out on Wednesday and then another one on Friday. We had a good day today. Just remember, always read the articles and always read every line, because look at this OPEC. The big headline was OPEC agrees to production quotas, right? And then in the article, it said, well, they didn't announce what they agreed to. So how does that help us? It doesn't. It helps CNBC get clicks. And then next week, we've got some economic news. Monday, we've got the home sales. Wednesday, we've got more home sale news and oil data. Thursday, we've got the GDP numbers and the jobless claims. And on Friday, we've got some inflation numbers. These are all critical numbers in this environment. So you guys all pay attention. If you're with the service, you don't have to worry about it. But look, guys, let's go ahead and start the weekend. It's been awesome. Thank you so much. If you guys have any other questions, you absolutely go ahead and post them in the comments. If you can, please share the show with friends if you think there's some value in it, or some entertainment value, or some money-making value. So other than that, you guys have a great weekend. In Hawaii, we call it Aloha Friday. So from Honolulu, aloha.